your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, once the fog burned off earlier on this afternoon, we were able to see a lot more in the way of some sunshine, and our temperatures were able to warm up nicely as a result of that. Still is very nice out there this evening. 56 in Champaign, 57 in Decatur, 58 in Jacksonville, and also 58 degrees in Danville, which is where we have our Flowing America weather camera up on our roofer.gynet. You've got the nice blue skies there with a couple of upper-level cirrus clouds coming in, signifying that we are going to see more cloud cover overnight tonight. The winds out of the south right now up to around 15 miles per hour, and as we go through the forecast planner for the rest of the evening, a slow increase in clouds, but we are calling for much more in the way of rain for the rest of the week. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Could Illinois extend the stay-at-home order? We have our hands on the study Governor Pritzker looked at to put the order in place in the first place. Coming up.
You go to the store to get groceries and have to practice social distancing. How one store has a plan to stop the spread of germs.
We can't just turn a switch and the gates open up.
And the skies over Vermilion County were filled with balloons last summer. Why it's going to be some time before they take flight again.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
The pandemic in the United States and, of course, here in Illinois will get worse before it gets better.
That continues to play out as there are more deaths in Illinois from coronavirus. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. 3 more people, in fact, have died after contracting COVID-19. That brings the death toll to 19. There are also 330 new confirmed cases in the state. The total number of people who contracted coronavirus is nearly 1,900 in 35 counties. Douglas County is now reporting its first case of COVID-19. In Champaign County, the number doubled. There are now 8 cases of coronavirus. The new cases continue to pop up in rural parts of the state 4 days after the governor ordered people to stay home. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Springfield tonight. So, Mark, the governor said yesterday he may have to extend this order to stay home.
And still no final word on that decision as they're still weighing some of that evidence, Paul. Good evening. Governor Pritzker said he's taking input from experts, from scientists, from doctors, and from mathematicians who build statistical models as they get this new information and this new data. We got our hands on one of those very studies that came across Governor Pritzker's desk just about a day and a half before he made that declaration last week. We're going to show you some of the warning signs of that study in a moment, but the experts say they're watching closely to see how many new cases pop up. But without enough tests out there to test everyone who has symptoms, they're also watching the number of people who actually show up at the hospital. That may offer a more real-time glimpse at just how bad the crisis is as it's growing. The governor cautioned employers in Illinois also, if you're seeing one set of instructions come from the CDC, the federal government, and another more stringent set of rules in Illinois to stay home, follow the state guidelines, the governor said, because the CDC has lagged behind many states, and that time lost could cost people their lives.
CDC has some terrific scientists and medical doctors as well, but their guidance really has been a kind of a one-size-fits-all. In other words, you might have a state that is vastly rural with very, very few people that are in towns or cities in that state, and a small state might have different guidance than a larger state. So, you know, we're doing what is best for the people in the state of Illinois.
And 2 days before the governor ordered people to stay home, this study came across his desk. It measured worst-case scenarios in a place with as many people as Chicago in it and projected a massive spike if the governor didn't take any action by April 20. The second curve, the flatter curve you see there, is if he enforced a lockdown, the study said, 3 weeks sooner. The authors of that study projected that Illinois could reach its peak 3 weeks after the stay-at-home order was implemented. If that holds true, that means we'd reach our peak of cases in Illinois right around Easter weekend, the Friday right before it. The governor said yesterday he's concerned he may have to extend that stay-at-home order beyond April 7th. It's still too soon to tell, his office says. The governor's office says they are looking to these experts as they update their information and their data and all of their mathematical models as more information becomes available. For now, reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell, WCIA 3, your local news leader. Paul.
Sounds like more could be coming from the governor. Mark, thanks. Well, here's an update on state taxes. The governor said he's delaying the deadline. Just like with federal taxes, the state is extending the income tax filing and payment deadline by 3 months. Instead of being due on April 15th, it'll now be July 15th. The Illinois Department of Revenue, however, will continue to process tax refunds for those filing ahead of that new deadline. Grocery stores are open under the governor's essential businesses list, but one supermarket chain is working to stop the spread of germs while still serving you. WCIA 3's Karina Rubio explains how.
Like you said, grocery stores are essential during this time, and County Market is making sure its stores are taking the necessary precautions to keep their shoppers and employees safe. That's why County Market started installing plexiglass at all their checkout aisles. It acts as a barrier between cashiers and customers. Officials with Neiman Foods say it'll allow people to safely purchase their essentials while still getting good customer service.
It's necessary to keep our staff safe and our customers safe as well. There's not 6 feet in between the cashiers and the customers, so we decided to put these up to help in case somebody coughs, sneezes.
Managers say plexiglass should be up at all their locations by the end of today. And this new plexiglass precaution is in addition to limited hours at County Market stores right now as well. In Champaign, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Last week, County Market also started reserving certain business hours for seniors and at-risk customers. Those hours are every morning from 6 to 8 to help avoid busier times. Many people head to the store with their own bags, but one store is asking you to stop. At least for now, Meijer's temporarily asking customers to leave those reusable bags at home unless you're using the Shop and Scan service. This change is part of the company's efforts to ensure Meijer team members can do their jobs in the safest manner possible while ensuring the most sanitary conditions possible in the stores. Students in Danville schools are on spring break this week, and the school district is using the time as an opportunity to test how it improves the way kids are fed. Today was the start of a pilot program between McDonald's and District 118. Until Friday, every student in the district has the chance to redeem a free breakfast and lunch. The idea came to life as a way for schools to support families who may be affected by COVID-19 restrictions. Using this week as a test run, Danville Schools is hoping the program could be expanded. An event in Danville many look forward to all year has been canceled. Balloons over Vermilion will not happen in July. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting spoke with organizers about that decision.
You know, we can't just turn a switch and the gates open up. There's a lot of pre-planning that goes into an event this size.
It's never an easy decision to cancel something you've been planning for over a year. But Balloons Over Vermilion organizers say it had to be done.
So many factors went into our decision to cancel this year's event. But the key part is the health and safety of our sponsors and the health and safety of our community as a whole.
They say it's also difficult to continue planning with all the unknowns.
We rent many generators. We rent light towers. We don't know if they're available right now because a lot of those generators are operating tents around the country and around the region at hospitals. But there's a lot of money to be spent before the event. That money is not ours. That money is our sponsors. If someone else tells us we can't have the event, we don't think that's a good stewardship of our sponsors' money.
The cancellation is a blow to businesses that depend on money they make that weekend.
I mean, you think about 25,000 people coming to your community. They're going to grab a meal. They're going to get some gas. They're going to spend the night. So all of that, you can definitely see those effects really quickly. Your food trucks, your vendors, that group of people, they are really reliant on those events, on those mass gatherings, if you will.
Despite the difficult news, organizers remind everyone to look forward to what's to come.
We're already, guarantee you, looking at July 9th, 2021, when the balloons will fly again in Danville.
Tanisha Spain with Vermilion Advantage says she wants to remind businesses impacted by the cancellation they're not alone. They are welcome to reach out to Vermilion Advantage for help. A woman is dead after a house fire in DeWitt County. The county coroner says the victim was 73-year-old Patricia Mae Smith. The sheriff's office says she was the only person living in the house. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Store managers said they should remain open because it's an essential business. What happened after public health disagreed? Also tonight.
There are times when it's surprising or difficult.
That's because the weight of the world, or at least Illinois, is being expressed through his hands. How this interpreter is spelling out the avalanche of information on COVID-19.
The fog was pretty pesky this morning into the afternoon, but once it did finally burn off, we were able to see a lot of sunshine, and that's what we have on our Flooring America weather camera from Danville right now on our Roofing Dog iNet. 57 was the high temperature today after we warmed up quickly when the sun came out. Coming up, though, we are unfortunately going to see a lot of cloud cover this week thanks to many rainy days, some storms in the forecast, and it's warm. That's all coming up next.